I shivered as the wind slashed at my face with its icy claws. The journey from the train station to home was a mere 5-minute walk, but it was still enough time for Mother Nature to attack me mercilessly. Darkness had not yet vanquished the light, but I could just make out the chalky white silhouette of the moon, eager to fully shine on the earth, and I quickened my pace. Don't get me wrong, I loved the night as much as I loved the day, but I could never ignore the imaginary monsters which creeped in the shadows. I crossed the road, wishing my neighbour a good evening, and jogged the last 20 feet to my house. I spotted my mum's car and saw that the light was on in the living room, so I pulled down on the handle, knowing that she always left the door open for me to get in. The door swung open, but there were no dogs to jump up to greet me, nor no mother to ask the standard, "How was your day at work?" question. I called out, but I received no reply, and my stomach squirmed uncomfortably. My mother would have never left the door unlocked if she went out to walk the dogs. Running up the stairs, I dropped my rucksack heavily to the floor and burst through my mother's bedroom door, hoping, praying to find her resting on her bed. But she was not there. I backed out of the room, trying my best to regulate my breathing, and headed for my sister's bedroom instead. I slammed the door open, and it rebounded off the wall. But like my mother, my sister was not home. I closed my eyes, considering all the possibilities, but my mind was too wired to focus. I turned around and opened them again, and I could swear my heart stopped beating, that I was dead for 2 seconds. Everything was gone. The grey carpet which ran along the corridor and down the stairs, the pictures which covered the cobbled walls, the little desk on the landing, everything. I rubbed my eyes until they ached and my vision blurred, pinched myself until my skin turned blue, but there was no mistaking it. What I was seeing was real. The house was suddenly cold and airy, like it was someone else's, like I was a stranger, a trespasser. The need to get out was overwhelming. I took the stairs 2 at a time, leaping the last 5 and almost spraining my ankle. The shoes which had laid piled at the bottom of the stairs were now gone, replaced by emptiness and a now wrecked radiator. The door was still unlocked, and I bolted outside, praying for familiarity, for normality. But all I received was the brutal confirmation that I was neither dreaming nor hallucinating. The sky was no longer dark, and the moon no longer hovered among the wispy clouds. Now the sky was red, like it had been slashed open and was bleeding profusely, with streaks of fire whizzing through the air. The houses were mere ruins now, rotting, on the verge of collapsing, their burnt-out, skeletal remains reminding me of the living dead. My head spun and I dropped to my knees, bits of vomit spewing from my mouth. The odour of my puke made me gag, and I almost hurled again, when I spotted something in the sky. With shaking hands, I wiped a little bit of vomit which stayed on my lips, my wide eyes taking in the something, which was now some things. These some things were gargantuan creatures, each with fleshless heads, black bat-like wings, claws and teeth which dripped crimson, and hooves on their feet. My bottom lip trembled and tears rolled down my cheeks. Without taking my eyes off the creatures, I reached for a fragment of wall, picked it up, and brought it down hard on my left hand. It hurt. It hurt a lot. The tiniest bit of me that thought it was a nightmare was dead. And so was I. Because I let out a scream, alerting the creatures, who dove at me in formation, like bees hunting for their precious honey's plunderer. There was no point in running. All I could do was scream again.